Well, NATO has just issued a warning that we are in grave danger as Russia's Vladimir Putin has deployed the world's largest torpedo submarine. Take a look at what I'm talking about here, and I found this on the sun.co.uk. Deep strike, NATO warning as Putin deploys world's biggest submarine, which can be armed with terrifying nuclear apocalyptic drones. And this was just published on October 3rd. The article states, Vladimir Putin has deployed the world's biggest submarine, which can be armed with terrifying nuclear apocalypse drone torpedoes, NATO has repeatedly warned. As the tyrant edges the world into the most dangerous moment since his shambolic Ukraine invasion, there are fears Russia's giant nuclear-capable torpedo is now on the warpath. It goes on, the powerful K-329 Belgorod can reportedly trigger radioactive tsunamis and wipe out enemy coastlines with its underwater drone torpedo Poseidon. But NATO has now sent a chilling warning to its member nations about the location of the 14,700-ton war machine, La Repubblica reports. The Belgorod is currently said to be submerged in Arctic waters, and it's feared that Putin will use the mission to test the weapon for the first time. Putin vowed to use any means to defend the 4 Ukrainian regions annexed to Russia as he ramps up his nuclear threats and his invasion enters an unpredictable new phase. NATO has already issued a chilling nuclear war warning after Putin's deranged speech last week. Jens Stoltenberg, who heads the Western Military Alliance, said Putin's move to make 4 regions of Ukraine part of Russia has brought the world one step closer to nuclear Armageddon. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the head of the Western Military Alliance, and downright chilling. Now, NATO has also issued warnings about this particular submarine in the Arctic. And by the way, here's some pictures of the submarine there that I just want to have you take a glance at. And here's what they're calling the city killer. Russia's new Belgorod submarine is the world's biggest and has compartments to launch mini subs and undersea drones. And as this article states, it is fully capable of causing tsunamis that can completely devastate our shorelines. I don't know about you, but it seems that things are right now escalating. And the bad part is that Joe Biden, who is surrounded by warmongers like Ron Klein and many others, is not trying to de-escalate this. In fact, he's making things worse by continually sending money and arms to the Ukrainian region and even calling for, some kind of NATO agreement with Ukraine. This is not what we want. Millions and millions upon millions of people have died in prior wars, and yet it seems that things are doing nothing but escalating. Take a look at what I'm talking about here. Here's this Zero Hedge article. And the United States has said that they would lead a NATO to take out every Russia conventional force if Putin decides to use nukes in Ukraine, says our General Petraeus. The article goes on. Retired general and former director of the CIA, David Petraeus, said it is his belief that if Russian President Vladimir Putin used nuclear weapons against Ukraine, the U.S. would quickly intervene to take out Russian forces. He emphasized, too, that Washington would lead the way among the collective NATO response. Now, here's his actual quote. And what would happen? Show co-anchor Jonathan Karl asked the former CIA chiefs. And here's what he said. Well, again, I have deliberately not talked to Jake about this. I mean, just to give you a hypothetical, we would respond by leading a NATO, a collective effort that would take out every Russia conventional force that we can see and identify on the battlefield in Ukraine and also in Crimea and every ship in the Black Sea, Petraeus responded. Now, let me just hit the pause button right there, because here's what I have to say. I don't believe we should be giving away any of our cards on what we might do or think we might do, because some other country could take that as an open door to respond. I mean, I don't want an all-out nuclear war. And of course, nobody wants to see nuclear escalation of any type. But either way, I think there should at least be some flexing of muscles saying, hey, we're going to respond nuke on nuke or something like that, regardless of the fact if they do or not, at least to de-escalate it at some level. But bottom line, I don't see any kind of discussions on peace negotiations from any party, from NATO to Ukraine to Russia to the United States of America. It seems that they are escalating this kind of they're escalating war and world war. We don't need a world war. We don't have to look very far to see the massive devastation brought by the first two world wars. And look, if you really want to know what's going on, get to restrictiverepublic.com. Justice Knight and myself do live streams all throughout Restrictive Republic. We try to do them once a week, if not once every other week. We've done a few on there. You can see some of the Restrictive Republic events. But if you really want to know in tune what's going on, get there. I cannot stress it enough. We don't know how long we're going to be allowed on these platforms that not coincidentally, they hate conservatives. It's very, very a political environment that should not exist. There shouldn't be this kind of division, yet there is. But use the coupon code Trump to get it for $5 per month. But if you really want exclusive content where Justice Knight and myself have live Q&As on the live stream, get to restrictedrepublic.com. But that said, nuclear war is a real threat. And I'm not the only one stating that. Take a look at what Newt Gingrich just put out. And this is October 3rd, 2022. And this is Gingrich 360, his actual website here, whether you like the guy or not. Here's what he says. Nuclear war is a real threat. He goes on. We are in grave danger today of enduring a nuclear war than any time in my lifetime. The unpredictable nature of Putin's personality and the degree to which he may believe he must win or be overthrown create massive volatility. Putin may decide that using a tactical nuclear weapon while threatening to hit Europe and America with strategic nuclear weapons is a better gamble than continuing to lose. He may also conclude that the U.S. and NATO will not respond to limited nuclear weapons. And it seems as if that's kind of what General, at least Petraeus, is hinting at here. And I think we just need to keep our mouths shut on all of that. Don't play your cards. Don't tell them what hand you're going to do. It just seems irrelevant. Because look, if we go to war, our military is purposefully being depleted. Take a look here. Gatewaypundit.com. U.S. Army misses recruiting goal by 25%. And by the way, our military arms they're massively depleted because we have been sending all our extra military equipment to Ukraine. So not only is our military not meeting their goals and being depleted because they have gone woke, because of their vaccine mandates, and because of them trying to weed out conservatives from the military, right? Not only that, but it's massively financially depleted. Nobody wants to go into a military like that. And Biden's making sure of it. Why? Is a really, really good question. Just check out Restrictive Republic. We kind of get into detail on all of that. But anyhow, with that, please don't forget to check out my partner at noblegoldinvestments.com. Look, if you guys don't have a 401k or an IRA, or better yet, an IRA backed by gold, silver, precious metals, now is the time to do that, especially in light of war and everything that's going on. You don't want all your money in the US dollar. Things are not looking good in our economy. And right now, as an added bonus, you get this 3-ounce silver coin here that you see on this screen. And it's really amazing. It's got Thomas Jefferson on one side here and then Lady Liberty on the other. But it's a keeper for any approved plan. But give them a call. Talk to them at 1-877-646-5347. They are no hassle at all. Let them know I sent you. And if you just got questions about it, just feel free to call them. Again, they're no hassle. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.